The stars also. In the first mention of the heavenly bodies, the purpose of the Creator is clearly stated. In Genesis 1:14 through 19 reveals the fact that they were created not only to divide the day from the night and to give light upon the earth, but they were set for signs and for seasons and for days and years. The figure polysyndeton, see Appendix 6, emphasizes these four purposes and bids us single them out and consider them separately and independently. They are for signs, Hebrew oath, from atha, to come. Signs, therefore, of something or someone to come. Those who understand them are enlightened by them. Those who do not may well be dismayed. Jeremiah 10:2. The stars are numbered and named. There are 12 signs of the zodiac called the stars, and in Genesis 37:9, 11 which bowed down to Joseph's the 12. The word zodiac means degrees or steps, which mark the stages of the sun's path through the heavens corresponding with the 12 months. The stars were all named by God, Psalms 147:4. Most of these names have been lost, but over 100 are preserved through the Arabic and Hebrew, and are used by astronomers today, though their meaning is unknown to them. Many of them are used in Scripture as being well known, though the translations are somewhat speculative. Example, Job 9:9, Hebrew Ash, Arcturus, RV, the bear, Kessil, AV, Orion, Kima, Pleiades, Job 38:31-32, Mazzaroth, margin, and RV, the 12 signs, margin, the signs of the zodiac. Compare 2 Kings 23:5, Ash, Arcturus with her sons, RV, the bear with her train, both versions being incorrect as to the names. See also Isaiah 13:10 and Amos 5:8. These names and 12 signs go back to the foundation of the world. Jewish tradition, preserved by Josephus, assures us that this Bible astronomy was invented by Adam, Seth, and Enoch. We see evidence of it as early as Genesis 11:4, where we read the Tower of Babel having his top with the heavens. There is nothing about the wrongly supplied italics may reach into, or unto rather. The words, doubtless, refer to the signs of the zodiac pictured at the top of the tower, like the zodiacs in the temples of Dendera and Esna in Egypt. The Babylonian creation tablets refer to them, though their primitive meaning had been either corrupted or lost. It is the same with the Greek mythology, which is a corruption of primitive truth which had been lost and perverted. We have to remember that our written scriptures began with Moses, say in 1490 BC, and thus, for more than 2,500 years, the revelation of the hope which God gave in Genesis 3:15 was preserved in the naming of the stars and their grouping in signs and constellations. These groupings are quite arbitrary. There is nothing in the positions of the stars to suggest the pictures originally drawn around them. The signs and constellations were first designed and named, then the pictures were drawn around them respectively. Thus the truth was enshrined and written in the heavens, where no human hand could touch it. In later years, when Israel came into the possession of the written scriptures of truth, there was no longer any need for the more ancient writing in the heavens. Hence, the original teaching gradually faded away, and the heathen, out of the smattering they had heard by tradition, evolved their cosmogonies and mythologies. Psalm 19 contains a vivid reference to these two books of Revelation. That is why there is the very sudden change of subject at verse 7, a change which still perplexes and baffles all the skill of commentators. The teaching is preserved in the structure of Psalm, where we have A, the heavens, B, in them the Son, A, the Scriptures, B, in them thy servant. In this structure, every line emphasizes the elaboration of the design, for while in the first half all the terms are literary, in the latter half they are all astronomical, thus welding the two portions of the psalm into one harmonious whole. For the meaning of the words, reference must be made to the psalm itself. We can only note here that the first part does not refer to the wonders of creation, but to the eloquence of its teaching and revelation. They declare, tell, or narrate. They utter speech, but without words, omit where in verse 3. Hebrew, they show forth, exhibit, Genesis 3:11, Psalm 97:6, and 111 verse 6. They prophesy day by day, night by night. The question is, what do they prophesy? What knowledge do they show forth? What glory do they tell of? The answer is Genesis 3:15, the one great central truth of all prophecy, the coming of one who, through though he should suffer, should the end crush the head of the old serpent, the devil. But where are we to open this book? Where are we to break into the circle of the zodiacal signs? Through the precession of the equinoxes, the sun gradually shifts its position a little each year till about every 2,000 years it begins the year in a different sign. This was foreseen, and it was also foreseen that succeeding generations would not know when and where the sun began its course, and where the teaching of this heavenly book commenced, and where we were to open its first page. Hence, the Sphinx was invented as a memorial. It had the head of a woman and the body and tail of a lion to tell us that this book, written in the heavens, began with the sign Virgo and will end with the sign Leo. The word Sphinx is from the Greek sphingo, to join, because it binds together the two ends of this circle of the heavens. The number of the signs is 12, the number of governmental perfection or rule. Compare Genesis 1:18. See Appendix 10. They are divided into 3 books of 4 chapters or signs each, 12 being the product of 3 times 4, or of divine truth working in the heavens and the earth. See Appendix 10. Each book, therefore, consists of 4 signs, and these are all arranged by structure in exactly the same way. Each is an introversion. Thus, we have the 3 books.